Think about Batman and some of the things you might associate with him. I'm assuming you came up with stuff like fighting, gadgets, sneaking, gliding. Maybe you think of Robin or the Joker. Some things I'm sure you don't think about are shooting, driving a tank, or firing guided missiles. Batman Arkham Knight is the 4th installment of the Batman Arkham Something series, and supposedly the last. Maybe that's why the developers decided to make such a disappointing game, so they wouldn't have to feel any pressure to make another one. The basic build of all these games are the same. You play as Batman investigating some kind of crime. You progress through fighting levels, predator levels, and boring not fun parts of the game, like finding ways to open doors or looking for little question mark statues all over the place. The main new mechanic in this game is the addition of the Batmobile. And with that, we've already arrived at the biggest problem in this game. The stupid fucking Batmobile. The developers spent so much time building the game around using it that they forgot to check if using it was actually any fun. There are missions where you drive it and try to ram other cars off the road. These missions take forever because the handling on the car is pretty terrible. The Batmobile also turns into a tank, equipped with a giant cannon and homing missiles, and a machine gun. Although all of the Arkham games had annoying parts, what made them great was that you actually felt like Batman. There's no way this is ever going to make you feel like Batman. Not all video games need to be well written, but if your game relies heavily on the fact that you're playing as an iconic character like Batman, it should probably fit the tone of other Batman stories. Instead, you have a man who is morally opposed to guns and killing, driving around in a tank, blowing shit up with his guns, and hitting pedestrians at full speed. Most of your time is spent fighting boring army guys with no connections to established Batman villains. The other villains make but brief appearances before being carted off to jail. I think the last big issue with this game is that it requires a lot of exploration, but the environment isn't any fun. The result is you gliding around the city, which is basically just generic looking buildings. For a game's environment to be fun, it needs to feel authentic and exciting and make you want to spend your time looking around, not force you to do it. Now this game does have a few redeeming qualities. One of them is the addition of tag battles, which allows you to fight both as Batman and his allies at the same time. Another is the exploration of the relationship between Batman and the Joker.
Big secret. Who is the big bad bat? His name. Tell me.
Of course, sir.
For most of the game, Batman hallucinates that he is in fact turning into the Joker, and allows for a good juxtaposition between the two conflicting ideologies that have always made this series so interesting. Overall, this game doesn't feel much different than any of the older games in the series, and it adds barely anything good. Most of what it's added are annoying tank battles, a half-assed story, and so much time between actual fun parts that you get bored. I definitely don't recommend buying this game at full price. If you're a fan of the series and want to see how it ends, I would say rent the game. If you haven't played any of the Arkham games, I would recommend Arkham City. It's the best of the 4 and actually offers a better conclusion to the story than this one.
This is how the Batman died.